Hello and welcome to the Tractor Shed Bros channel. This episode I'm going to be looking at something technically out of the field. Greenhouses. You get loads of money. You get quite a bit of profit from it if you know what you're doing. So we're going to show you how. But when I say we're, I'm just meaning me, because I'm pretty sure Walter isn't going to help. Are you, Walter? You going to give us a hand? Don't look at me like that. You think you can just stand there looking all old and decrepit? But you're in your work clothes. You don't do anything. To be fair, he's been silent for quite some time. We should probably get him checked. Did you hear that, Walter? We're going to get you checked. Probably at the vet. We can't really afford the doctor. Right, so what I've done so far is I've just bought Field 5, and as you can see, I've replaced Walter with a cow, because I get more conversation out of the cow. See? Yeah. Maybe too much conversation out of the cow. But I'll be standing next to these cows. Shh. While I create the area, and you'll see that from the bird's eye view in a moment. You're gonna say bye, cows. Yep, they're eager to speak. So this is the construction screen. And what we're going to be doing is a bit of sculpting. Don't worry though, it's not that kind of sculpting. We're not making pots, and we're not going to be carving anything out of marble. So you don't need an art degree or anything like that to get through this. What we are going to need to do though is go down to the sculpting section, which looks like a shovel in some dirt right at the bottom, which is here, and it says sculpting there, and technically that isn't the section we need to be in right now anyway. What we need to be in is painting. Nice and simple. What you really need to use though to make things smoother, because you're going to be using a forklift to lift the pallets and take them to the warehouse before you load them onto a trailer. But what you really need to use texture wise is asphalt, or if you're from England, where I am at, it's tarmac. So you just select tarmac / asphalt, because if you use concrete, it's weirdly bumpy. Dirt, a bit too soft, especially if it rains or if you've got snow or anything like that on. It affects how the machines work in it. Same with forest ground, same with grass. Rock again is bumpy, and gravel is just not very stable. Cobblestone again is bumpy, and so is the flagstones. So the best one to go by is the asphalt. But any kind of mud or any other one is it's either too soft or too bumpy, and asphalt is actually incredibly level. And also you need to pick a piece of level ground. Otherwise, the buildings that you want to put down will be off, and we need to put the greenhouses in, and the pallets need to be level as well, so it just makes it a bit easier for you, really. So we choose the asphalt, and then we can change the shape of the cursor. At the minute it's quite small, and we can change the brush size. Square's good. You can go. This is the maximum size, and it feels weird to do it first, but you can stick with just the field part if you want. But you can go over the land if you really want to. Plus, it won't go over onto land that you don't own. But if you're a bit of a perfectionist with it, it can be quite tedious. But you don't have to be 100% perfect. That's hard enough. But obviously you can change the size of the brush and the shape of it to a round shape, which is pretty good for the detail if you want to get right in the corners. But this is just for demonstration purposes, so I don't really want to be too perfect. And I think I'll jump cut to when I'm done. Okay, so this is the area that we're going to be using to mess about with the greenhouses. Right, so as you can see behind me, shh, don't interrupt, it's rude. From behind me, you can see how it's a lot bigger from down here. Great, we've got woodpeckers as well. You know what? I think I'm going to go back to Walt. Yeah. Oh, I know, Walt, I'm sorry. I know you just want to be quiet so you don't have to interrupt our flow of conversation to the viewers. I understand that now. I respect you for everything that you're doing, which apparently isn't nothing. Hello. I thought it'd be better if I went back to Walter. So the next step to go on the asphalt is actually placing the greenhouses, and the other building, which is usually just the warehouse for the pallets. Right, anyway, let's get back to the next step. So what you'd need to do next is to place your greenhouse. And to do that, you go down to the second tab on the construction menu where it says factories, and then you move right in the selling point, and then there's greenhouses. There is some specific greenhouses, like this one. There's a greenhouse for rice saplings, and a small tarp greenhouse. See, what you should do is skip the small medium, because they don't pump out as much as you really should, as well, should I say, to profit with. So you should just go straight for the larger ones. You can do a large tarp, that's all good too. I just tend to like to go for the large glass greenhouses. They just look more traditional to me. So, because it's demonstration purposes, I'll just slap one here. Ta-da! So there's one. And the next thing that you're going to need is a water source, which you already have if you're using Riverbend Springs. You've got a free water source just here. That. You can fill up a tanker, and just drive it to wherever you've placed your greenhouse, and that will fill up the greenhouse. You fill it up there, and there's a whole menu which we'll go into in a moment to select what crop you want to plant in there, and that's it. You don't need anything else. So to get onto the interface for the greenhouse, you can do the roleplay way, which will actually go into the greenhouse. And then press L3 to manage the production. And so far, everything's on storing. But nothing's going to go on with that. What you want to do is pick a singular crop. Whichever one really is doing well, you can check that out via the lists, which is it's the 6th tab down from the top. So it's that one, and you should be able to see the prices for everything and where best to sell them to as well on the right hand side. So I'll just show you the crop types that come up. When I can find them. Okay, so there's chili peppers, and that's okay. None of these, by the way, on their own are really going to be a huge profit, but they are an easy profit, because all you need to give it is water, and that's free. So easy money. But eventually you'll get to see production lines, and it'll help, because that means you can create other things that sell for a lot more. Like, this is a field one, for instance, but you can make jarred green beans, which go for a lot more than just green beans on their own. Okay, for the purposes of this video, I will probably do lettuce or chili peppers, just because. But what we're going to have to do first is buy a tanker, and probably a lorry as well, to pull it, obviously. Right, so I got myself a lovely old style lorry, the International Trans Eagle 2, I think it is, and I got the largest tanker you can get in the base game, which holds 32,000 litres of water. If I remember rightly, this could take a bit of manoeuvring. Oh, there you go, the option came up to start filling. There we go. This does take a little bit of time. Okay, it's all finished. Oh, I've left the door open. That's okay. You've just got to then manoeuvre the truck until you get the sweet spot where it shows you a prompt to then unload all the water into the greenhouse. Hopefully, there we go, look. You got to press R1 and triangle, and then you have to wait for it all to empty. It doesn't empty as slowly as if you were filling it, which is good. Okay, that's all done with. We can move the truck to one side for now. There we go. Massive close-up of my face there. Sorry about that. Right, and then we just need to go back into the interface. And we can see how full the water is. And then we can also select what crop we're going to start growing. Right, let's get onto that interface. So we're nearly full. We've got 32,000 litres and this thing can hold 40,000 litres, but we don't need to fill it just to demonstrate what you do. So yeah, we're going to select Chillies. We're going to change input mode to selling, distributing and storing. So activate, and the rest of them are not going to be active. You can do a mixture, but it's probably best not to. I've only ever done the one product, and I believe that's much more profitable than doing all different ones, because they're all different prices and it doesn't really work out as well as you think. And so what we're going to do is we'll leave these chili peppers to work, and as you can see the water's gone down a little bit now by a couple of litres, and you'll be able to see the product in the greenhouse. It'll be already planted like magic. There it is, and there's a visual progression as well. And the chilies will then start to be dispensed here in handy movable pallets. Ooh. And you know what that means? It means we're going to have to go and get a forklift truck and somewhere to store the pallets. So we'll buy the forklift truck first, because that's the fun part. Ugh, I don't think old Bessie likes carrying that. Look at that! Look how squished the suspension is. And on the trailer. It'll be worth it, it'll be worth it, it'll be worth it. There we go. New toy. All unloaded and ready. Right, next is just to place the the bale and pallet storage warehouse. And there's only the one to choose from on the base game, which is the one that's highlighted. £49,000. So we just need to select it. Oh, it's huge. I forgot just how big it is. So let's just zoom out. And where we want to place it is somewhere easily accessible. And again, just for demonstration purposes, we'll put it there. And now when the pallets are ready here, we can carry them via the forklift all the way to here. Now we can't physically go in there, there's a wall or a barrier to stop us, but the pallets will collect up all in here. It doesn't have to be full, but if you get a very decent amount in there, I think it's 250 capacity. So when you get a few in the old warehouse, you can then load them up into the truck or onto a trailer and go and sell them, and that is it. That is as easy as it gets. I will show you the whole process, but that is basically it. You see, we've already got this beautiful truck here. Beautiful. And we just need a nice trailer. We could also use the tractor, but I like driving a lorry. It's nice. Well, now all we have to do is the fun bit, and that's wait. And what better way to wait than trying to get this blooming ball out of this blooming tree? Just kidding. We're just gonna go to sleep. Right then, Walter. I'm gonna lay my head down for the night. I know it's only 9:30. Please don't give me that look. I'm knackered. Well, it's early. Let's go and see what the greenhouse has been working on over the night. / over the month. We're on 1 day months, so it's now November. Let's say good morning, Walter. Good morning, Walter. You alright? Have you been out here all night? You must be freezing. Now look at that, guys. We got money. I mean Chillies. And they're red hot. You can see them growing in here, look. They're ready and ripe. Just ready to be picked. But they're magical ones because obviously they get laid out in pallets out here. Now let's get to picking them up. Now I've got a couple of ways of doing this, but I'll show you the easiest way for now. You want to get the tines, you want to hold L1 and left or right, look, and that'll maneuver the tines up and down. You want to go all the way down till you're almost lifting yourself up, like that. See, almost lifting up and down like that. Now all the wheels are on the floor, so you got full control now, but they just should slide in easily under the pallet. So let's see how this goes. Straight on there, look, it tells me how many I'm holding, which is 1,000 litres per pallet. Now you can take them one at a time if you like, but to save a bit of time, I do like to get more than one. So use your camera, because you can, to get all the way around so you can see different reference points and you can level yourself up nicely. Take your time. The more practice, the better. You get used to it. There you go, look, should be level now. Well, level enough anyway. And then to drop it, you move your tines down again until they're touching the other box and then you should be able to slide them straight out. Another way down again. Don't worry about it thudding into the floor. I'll get Walt to fix the asphalt later. But tine's nearly into the floor again. And then you lift those two up, and it'll only register that you're carrying one. But you're obviously carrying 2,000 litres there. And you can do the same again. Line yourself up. Use the angles as best you can with the camera. Like that. That's it. You see how it just lowers a little bit? The tine's lower, like lifting up, and then they lower down. That's perfect. That's where you need to be to slide it out again. And it should just slide out. No hassle. And then you get these. And you ride them under there like that. Just same as before, but now you're holding three. It's good to lean the tines all the way back, so then the pallets don't fly off the front end, which can happen. But as long as you're careful, it should be fine. You make your way over to the storage area, to the warehouse over here, and they'll just automatically vanish and stack up at the back. See? The only one that isn't vanished is the one that's actually attached, but it will vanish when I get it off of the tines. There we go. Now all three of them are there, look, ready to go when you are. And that's what the next bit's going to be about. Just getting ready to go. So that means getting a trailer and using your tractor or your lorry, and today we will just use the tractor and a small trailer, and we'll show you where you can go to sell it. Now we're here at the shop and we're going to do trailers, and we need to look for flatbed trailers, which was already on there. And it's the fourth one down in the trailer section, which is right down on the fourth section of the page. Right, it's the fourth tab, and so flatbed trailers are there. Now it doesn't say anything about pallets on where it says what it says it can hold. They can both hold round or square pallets. Bales. But any of those two will do. But I will prefer, actually, I say any of those two. It depends what kind of challenge you want, because I think you can take the sides off that one, but I've never really used that one properly before. I just know you can put pallets on it. You want to choose that one for the easiest one to put pallets on. It's just easier for you to slide them on with the forklift, and it's a very basic looking trailer. Obviously you can carry quite a lot on there, which is what you really want, so we're just going to buy that anyway. There's also an extension, but we don't really need that. That's for when you have bales more than anything, because you have the tension straps all the way down here. It's really good for that, so they'll be able to hold the pallets on regardless of whether you have those or not. The extension. Right, let's crack on and buy it. Right, so here we are, back and ready. I've got this in a good location, so it's easy to load the pallets onto from here. Got the forklift ready, and in the few minutes that we've been gone, Another pallet of chilies has been deposited right where we want it. So we'll load that up after we've done this bit. Now all you need to do to get every one of these pallets out is you go to this icon, you press L3, and then it asks you, it shows you how many you've got in there. We've got 3 in there, and there's 3 out of 3. You can select, I think, a maximum of like 20 at a time, or 50, but we haven't got that many at the minute. So you can select however many you want there, and then you just press start, and it'll drop them out of there and just put them neatly there for you to pick up. And the more you have, the more it lines up for you. So yeah, if there's more than if there's like more than 25 or whatever, it's going to fill everywhere up. It's going to be a bit messy, so don't select that many unless you want to crash your game or you want to try and tidy up all the mess. Right, let's get to picking these up. Oh, to get the pallets this way, you want to pinch the tines in. To do that, you press R1 and hold it, and then you can use left or right on the right analog stick to open and close the tines. Can you see that? You can get them to quite narrow and try and line them up with the holes in the pallet. The same as before. Tilt it down so it's nearly lifting your forklift up, and you can pick them up like so. You can just take them over here. I'll just do one for now, and then I'll jump cut to the rest of them. What you want to do is you want to get it to as close to the end as possible for maximum storage space, so you can hold more on there. But if you use this trailer, try and keep it in line with the corrugated bit of metal. That's more realistic, because it's got a little bit more grip to it. Oh, and if it is a bit over, look, like that one, you can just line up the tines nice and straight and give it a nudge, and it should let it slide on a little bit. Obviously that's a bit wonky, but it's not too bad. Right, I'll get the other ones on here, and we'll come back to when it's full, kind of full. Okay, well, we got them on. They're a little bit squiff, but never mind. The tension belt will still hold them on, and to activate that you just have to come over here and it'll highlight a section where the tension belts can attach, and then you just press R3, no, L3. Ta-da! It's attached, and now they won't move, thankfully. Now we just need to go on a journey to drop them off to to a place that's going to buy them. So we're going to sell them for 1,247 per 1,000 litres. And I'll let you do the math if you want to guess before we go and actually sell them. So all you got to do then is press X to tag the place, and then you'll be able to come out of it, and then it'll be on the map where it is. It'll show you with a red circle with the amount of feet in it. And all we got to do now is drive there. Cue driving montage. And here we are, delivering Chillies to Willies on this beautiful November morning. All we have to do is release the tension strap, and that's it, we sell it. How much are we going to get? £5,390. Hope you guessed that correctly. If you made it this far into our journey to sell Chillies to Willies, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something. And that's to never work with cows, just Walters, unless you're milking them. The cows, not Walter. You know what I mean. I'm pretty sure if you milk Walter, all you'd get is dust. And on that thought, please like and subscribe to get more top quality content, and we'll see you in the next one, we hope. Don't forget to leave a cheeky little comment, or I'll be watching you.